I'm Ryan, and this is Christina, and we are here in Miami. And we just wanted to make a video to share with you something so important that we learned while we were here. So, we want to share the art of being a single woman.
Such a good topic. I think it's like truly amazing to talk about, especially from like different women's perspectives.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that we had an experience that's so beautiful and so similar, but has its unique traits.
Yes.
So, while being here, I've noticed just how beautiful it is that I can give myself what I truly want. And being single can sound really scary. It can sound like you might be lonely, like you never know when the next time you're going to feel comfort is again, or affection or love. It might feel so uncertain. But you can always remember that love is you. You are love. You are affection, and it is always with you. So we're going to share our experience.
And to add to that, you create love within you. You know, I always tell myself that I create the love within myself, and then everything else is just an add-on to it.
To add on to that, when you're in like your own routines at home, it can feel like, okay, my options for today are this. Which one do I want? But when you're going to a new place, it reminds you that your options are limitless.
Yeah.
You literally can go anywhere, do anything, eat anything, meet anyone, anything could happen. You have no idea what it might hold. And so it kind of opens up your perspective to be available for that. And I really have enjoyed that.
Same, yes. Another thing to kind of like step into the being single that I've noticed as far as being here is just embracing my true authentic self, because me knowing now how I feel about my singleness and the husband that I desire is that I want to feel comfortable with who I am and how I am. I want to love and respect myself because I want that to be a reflection of the man that I'm with, and for him to see that too. And I want him to be attracted to my self-respect.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And with that being said, like my body, my mentality, my actions, my behavior in so many ways. And this trip was so different for me because normally if I go out of town for like a vacation, it's like party and, you know, something kind of like wild, or just like trying to see other guys and maybe like a moment of like validation. But now I don't think that way. I'm just like so free, and I'm like, I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
My true husband that God has for me, he's gonna be quick. He's gonna be on his feet. Like, he's quick when he sees me. And I want to be available for my husband that God is, you know, created for me. So I don't.
You want to be in the frequency that he will be in.
Yes, and I don't desire to be like everyone's type. I don't desire to be like seen by everyone, you know, or anything like that. Like, I want to just be grounded with who I am.
I like that.
Yeah, and just like kind of enjoy like who I am, what's going on around me, and what's going on in my life. Yeah, and just go in that.
I definitely feel like I've been observing more while we were here and letting things flow instead of controlling. In the beginning of the trip, I feel like I was a lot more in my space where I was kind of more anxious and I wanted to like control things. And then I just released and surrendered and started to really just absorb the joy of what God and this trip had to bring to me. And just truly being like, thank you. Can I please have more? Like, I love this. I love this. And I really like what you were saying, because in the past, if I let my ego rule, then I would be like, oh no, like, I want to have fun like these other people are having fun. Like, I want to go out and drink and dance and party all night. And I want boys to see me. That was like my ego wanting like outside validation, and also putting up that like, I need male attention. Like, I need male attention in order to be worthy of existence. And of course, you don't think that in your conscious mind. It's in your subconscious, and you have to do deep inner work in order to let it go. Because of course it is there. Have you ever heard in our lineage, humans, like, we were in communities before now, obviously. Like, think of like a castle or a village, and if you were not liked, they would exile you. And so you would either die from hunger or an animal or the weather. So you literally had to be liked or you were going to die. And that is in our DNA. So of course it's not up to you. It's not up to you. It's not your fault that your ego has that belief, but it's part of our very special work as being humans on earth to release it and enjoy what comes next. Like, Christina and I, we just did what was right for us. And neither of us wanted to drink any alcohol over here.
Didn't think about it for a second.
No. And we, of course, it is like 1, right? It's like 1 a.m. So it's like, we didn't necessarily go to bed early, but we were out doing things that were so fulfilling to us.
Yes.
Eating good food, meeting friends, experiencing Earth and what the city has to offer, but not looking out for other people to like us.
Just like embodying like who you are when you're out in your way is very important, because it helps you stay grounded within who you are, not trying to, appease anyone else or feel like, oh, it's what I have to do because I'm in Miami and this is like known for Miami, or if I went to Vegas, I have to do this is what's known. I'm pretty sure people are going to ask me when I get home, what did you do? Did you party? Did you like do this, do that? And it's like, no, but I've enjoyed this space of who I am now and in my singleness, because I don't want to flirt with the idea of lust or the idea of having like a roster or all these men. No. So for me, it's like, I want to make sure that I am being like embracing my singleness, but doing it in the right way when it's time for me to get married. This is already who I am. This is already my lifestyle. It's not something I have to like change dramatically because I'm just in a relationship. It's like something I'm already embodying now as I'm single. And it doesn't change because I'm in Miami. It doesn't change.
You're already your highest embodiment as self because you want to be for you.
Yes. And as a Christian, I feel that, especially when you're in the beginning stages of following Christ, there's a new walk. And sometimes it's like you're trying to figure out, do I do this? Do I do that? Like, I'm in Miami. Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do that? But when you kind of like wring out the like your flesh, your ego, lust, and all of that consistently over time, it becomes easier. It's normal. So not drinking is like so normal for me. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that. I don't, negotiate that with people. It's like, no, I just don't. I don't have a desire for it. It's not something I think about when I go out of town either. So I don't know. I think just being grounded with yourself as a woman and, doing it at a slower pace for you to truly understand authentically of who you are and how you are and why you are, like, why do you do the things you do or think the way that you think, or why certain things work for you and they don't. But just being like patient and centered with yourself and then being true to yourself. And as you consistently do that and shed those old ways and build new ways, it becomes much easier. And you're always happy with being who you truly are. That always feels so much better than not being true to yourself.
Yeah. Like, you can tap in. It's a way that when you are in a relationship or not in a relationship, but you're still thinking about men and you're thinking about, oh, I'm going out here, like, what kind of man's gonna talk to me? What are we gonna talk about? Or like, I don't know what I used to think, but like, I just like, oh, I'm gonna go out, let me wear this cute outfit. Someone's gonna compliment this outfit. Okay, I don't know, like things like that. When you're thinking that, you are not listening to yourself and your heart. And when your heart's open, you're in the shower, you're doing your thing, and you just go, hey, like, what do you want? Like, what do you want to do? Sky's the limit. God has no budget. What would you like? the things that come up might surprise you. Like, you might be like, I want to drink from a coconut today. I want to see an iguana today. And I want to get a really good workout in. Like, those might be the things on your list. And you might think, never did I think that those things were going to excite me this much. But if you listen, they are. And that is perfectly okay. And maybe you don't have to ask your heart to over-explain itself. Sometimes you just say, okay, I'm going to give that to you.
I love that.
Because what would your future husband do? If you're like, babe, I want to go on a walk today. I want to drink out of a coconut. I want to see an iguana and have a good workout. He'd be like, okay.
Whatever you want.
I'll make it happen. Duh. Like, be that for yourself. You are the love of your life. This is the art of being single. You get to listen to you and you only and gift that to yourself. You get this time. The currency of time is not replenished. It is not a renewable resource, you know? And so it is very important. And there's a whole other art to being single when you still have to do your sexual awakening. Of course there is. But if you have moved on from that, or maybe you're there, but you think there has to be something more to this, then maybe you're ready for this. Maybe you're ready to be like, I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm gonna be here for me. And I just think the things that we have done, exactly, people might be like, oh, that's what you did in Miami and you liked it that much?
I know, yeah, I was thinking that too. But you know what was my, like, one of my favorite moments was when we first got, or when Sunday when I first got here, and we decided to like go to the beach. When we got to the beach, we instantly just like ran. We ran, and I was like, "Oh, I love this." We like instantly was like, "I want to run for it." Like as soon as we seen like the beach, we're like walking up, and we're like the sand is on. We're like, "Okay," and like I just got like so anxious. I'm just like, "Oh my god, I want it so bad!" And then we just like started running. I loved it. We just like rolled in the sand. We listened to the ocean. It's so dark like now.
Not to mention, it was 9 p.m. It was dark,
and like you can like actually stop and like.
There were stars, the moon, not a soul in sight
at all. And it's like a moment to just like stop, slow down, hear everything, smell everything, feel everything, emotionally, and just like the sand, and it just felt so good. It felt so good.
I was like, Christina was like, I want to run. I was like, you want to run? And then we dropped our bags and ran. And then I go, I just want to, and I just got in the ground and started rolling all around. And she was like, yeah, me too. I started doing sand angel.
Yeah. And then just journaling. Journaling felt so good. I like did a prayer while we were journaling. And in that moment right there, I was like, I'm so grateful for this. I'm just grateful for this. And I know this is not like a lot, especially for people who like probably already live like at a beach or anything, but it's like, I'm so grateful for it because it just allowed me to like stop, slow down, and just be able to be connected with God. There wasn't like a lot of people at the beach. There wasn't like a lot of light or a lot going on. It was just like a moment for just like stillness. And I felt so drawn to it, but I really enjoyed it. And I was like, this is exactly what I enjoy of my life. Like,
I'm so happy that you appreciated that.
Yes. That I cannot get over.
Another thing, I feel like when, say you're in a relationship, and it's toxic and you know you have to leave, you might feel like, I can't because I need this. But what you really need is yourself. You need this. You need to tell, okay, wait, what is that trend I told you? I asked him to go to Miami and he said, we'll see. I don't know what he's seen, but I'm in Miami.
I know, I love that. Yeah, and sometimes it's like, you don't have the desire in you for no reason. You don't have that call in you for no reason. You should tap into it. You should give your body, your spirit, whatever is calling, you should give it what it needs. It's your job to protect that and to water that, you know? So it's kind of like, this is what my soul is wanting, it's what my spirit wants. I'm going to give it to it, you know, because it's my job to do that. And if you're ever like in a relationship where you feel like you need to go, you need to let out, and there's so many other things in a way that we like build up and think like, oh, it's this or it's that, or I can't yet because of this, or I can't yet because of money or this and that. You have to always remind yourself that God will always provide for you in all ways, in all areas. And sometimes, tough moments do create a different character.
Oh, yeah.
They do create character. And it might seem scary, but the things that scare us the most are the things that we should do. And you will value, love, respect, and honor and appreciate yourself so much more once you leave what's not for you and what's not serving you. Once you make that decision that I get to decide that this is no longer for me, I'm no longer available for it, I'm no longer attracted to this type of relationship, to this type of man or experience or relationship, or I am not even attracted to the woman I am in this relationship. I no longer even like that version of myself, but that's the only version that can survive in this relationship. When you choose to let all of that go and just say, I'm just done, you're going to love and appreciate yourself so much. It might hurt, but that appreciation you have is going to prove so much you, and it's going to help you like love yourself more, appreciate yourself more, and trust yourself.
Yeah,
more.
you learn to
and
trust
forgive
yourself.
Yeah,
and you learn to say, "I'm going to keep myself secure."
Yeah, in your future, children, family. You don't even know the women in your family, your mother, your aunt, your cousin, your grandmother that may need to see a strong woman like you walk away from things like that, or even showing the beauty within singleness. Because I know from my generation, the older women, my grandma, or just the older generation. They're not used to that. They're like, oh, you need to keep a man. You need to have a man. You got to move on to the next one. It's like, yeah, but you just keep getting the next one that was just like the last one because you haven't shedded the old version. You haven't shedded who you once were. You haven't given yourself time to like wash all that off, grow, develop into a new version of yourself.
So you're attracting the same lessons.
Yeah. And when you shed all that oldness off of you and you reshape yourself into something new that you're comfortable with, that you've built yourself and that you value and love about yourself, you're only going to attract what's for you at that same level, and you're going to respect who you are and know that whoever comes along that doesn't work with that, I'm okay to walk away. For me, because I've done it before, and there's no point in me going backwards or saying yes to something that's going to take me back. I value where I'm going and who I am. And I only want that healthy person to come over here and add to my healthy cup, because it's already healthy. So I only have room left in this cup for more healthiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about leaving your comfort zone, because I know when you're in a relationship where you feel not yourself, you just keep, I remember I just kept chasing instant gratification because I didn't want to do any little thing that didn't make me feel comfortable. It wasn't something I've already done, or even something that maybe I've done in the past, but it still makes you feel vulnerable and like I wouldn't want to do it again. Like maybe even going to a restaurant, eating by yourself, it was way harder for me to do then. But then once I stepped into that, then it felt so good. And I was able, once you step out of your comfort zone once, you can keep doing it. And you kind of just feel like your heart is open and it might get hurt or something might happen, but you do it anyways.
Yeah. I love that about you too.
Thank you.
That's still like some areas a little challenge, and that's okay because I enjoy a challenge. That's wonderful. If not, it'll make life boring. But I would say a challenge for me that's like different in singleness is being comfortable and confident with who I am by myself. Like walking down the street by myself, looking good and knowing that I define who I am. I define my look. I define my body. I define how I show up. And I don't need the validation of anyone else.
Oh, I like that word. I define it. Because when you look at, you're at the store and you see watches. I saw your watch. You see watches and you're with your friend. You're like, oh, I like that one. And your friend's like, I don't. I like this one. Like this happened to us. It's like we pick ice cream flavors. I like these ones. You like those ones. Dresses, anything, right? And so it's like, you might say, okay, I like this and 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 this, and somebody that might not be their type, and that might not be their taste. They like a different type of toenail polish, but you define what the beauty is for you. I like that.
Yes.
I like the way you said it and put it into words.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. I feel like I had to learn that more because like sometimes you can go through wrong relationships where it like makes you feel like, oh, I need to change this, I need to change that, I can't be happy about this, I can't be happy about that. Well, you learn to embrace those things and say, they are who I am. They are part of me. It's who I am.
I like them.
Yeah. And I have learned that a man that truly loves you, he loves all those parts of you.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
And he
you have like a
exists.
little pimple on you, he's going to love you. He's going to be like, oh, that's the cutest little pimple you have. You know? It doesn't matter, you know, as long as you love you, you will only want to have around you things that love you as well.
Yes.
You know? And you wouldn't put yourself through or with people and things that aren't healthy for you because you're just not attracted to it. It's just like uncomfortable. It's like, I really don't enjoy to talk to you, be in a room with you, you know, too much to a point where it's like, it's just taken from me, you know? So you're just like, you know, but defining you and defining what works for you and what you want to be around you and what you're available for is very, very important. But it does take moments for you to stop and center who you are, what you want, and define why you want those things. Because that's the only way you can truly accept them is knowing the why. And
grounding in that intention.
Yeah, and grounding in that, yeah. And knowing like, this doesn't work for me because of this. Yeah. I'm not okay with this because of that. And I no longer want to indulge in that. I no longer want to be available for that. I no longer want to be attracted to that. And catching yourself and saying, I'm no longer attracted to that. I'm no longer available for that. You know, I no longer speak that way. I no longer want to show up that way.
The intention is sometimes more important too, because you might get a false desire, but it has the same intention of what you want. So maybe I think like, oh, I really want to hang out. Okay, like today, I was going through a very frustrating moment. I was like thinking, I just want my mom. And then I was like, do I really want her? No. I mean, yeah. But I was like, I just want to feel like nurtured in this moment. And so I was like, okay, well, I have me. So I can sit here and breathe and give myself a moment to get through this emotion. I can give myself a hug. Like everything's going to be okay. And then I felt fine. So the intention of why I wanted what I wanted was actually what I truly desired and craved, not the thing that I thought.
Yes. And then, you know, that's the thing for me too, where I've noticed that sometimes when I'm like when I do something really well, or I'm like super happy, or I just completed something, or I figured something out, I feel so good. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to like share this and give this to someone else. And that's energy. And then I told myself, well, why am I trying to go give this out because I'm happy about something or something made me feel good? There's nothing wrong with giving it out. But it's also okay for me to give it to myself as well. Yeah. Yeah. And say, you know what? I'm going to do something nice for me. Or I'm going to take this energy I just had and that I just built up and made, and I'm going to do something else nice for someone. I'm going to think of a new idea. Yeah. But in a way where it still serves me as well. And I'm not just building up this energy to give to someone else.
Yeah. I heard that in a podcast somewhere, and it was like, figure out what's inside of you that wants you to be seen like that. When you do something good, that you feels good, that you want to be seen. Because once you instead, like, okay, I feel like, okay, I did something so great, I want to be seen. Instead, you're like, wait, let me just celebrate myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to take it somewhere else to be celebrated. I can celebrate right here. And, you know, the way somebody else celebrates is not the way you celebrate. So you can celebrate the perfect way that you like to.
Yes.
I like that. And I want to talk, okay, so you said about defining who you are and loving her. I want to talk about, because some ladies may not be at the point where they have a foundation, they have a ground where they know what they want and to define themselves yet, but you can still love yourself. So you might, instead of knowing exactly what the things are, you can watch yourself.
Yeah, and even learning like what you like, what you don't like, how you like your mornings, how you like your nights.
Yeah.
How do you want things to be for you? What is peace to you? What is, you know, a good night for you? What is a good morning for you?
And you have to observe that first, right? Because like, say you're watching a TV show and you're like, oh, okay, this feels a certain way, right? And then you stop and you just think, let me just lay here. I'm like, whoa, that feels better. You have to recognize that and literally register, okay, this felt good and this feels better. So I like this more. And then maybe you crack open a book and then you're like, whoa, I really liked that. You must take a note of it. So then you define yourself, okay, I like to read books at night.
Yep.
That's where it all begins.
New things, new hobbies, meeting new friends, being more social, being more friendly, being more available and open to more healthy women. They want more healthy friendships too. And also understand that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to already be suited within this. But just knowing that your journey is significant to you and that there is positivity within it and that there's a bigger picture out there, and just stay centered, like you were saying, on that big picture, you know? So
look as far ahead as you can.
yeah.
And always remember that dream, your biggest dream.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, just let things flow. Just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And take your time and understand you're going to fall down. You're going to get up. It be troubling, but always, always, always remember that the best version of you benefits so many others around you, your future husband, and being happy with who you are in the end. You don't want to end up married years later or being an older woman and you're not happy with who you are or the choices you pick within a man.
Mm-hmm.
Friendships, but just knowing that if you make that sacrifice now, you're saving your future, you know, for so many things. So sometimes we do have to remember that we might have to hurt our feelings now to save our future. We may have to say no to things that we may be attracted to at that moment because we know that
you're really not.
Yeah, but we know, like, this is not the best for me. We may have to say, you know what?
You have to protect yourself.
I got to walk away from this. Yeah, as much as I find you good looking, as much as you can buy me this or do this, as much as you know, may make me laugh every now and then, or I have someone to talk to.
The temptation, I like that. The temptation of, so let's use this as an example. So we're out here and we already know we don't want to drink, we don't want to party. But what if this nice, handsome guy came up to us? He was very kind and he said, hey ladies, I want to take you out and buy you some purses. And then I want to take you to this really, really nice club. Like, I don't know, whatever the top club is here. And I'm going to like pay for everything, get us VIP, whatever. That seems like a good offer. Like to society, they would be like, wow, what a grand opportunity. Mm-hmm. But to me and who I am, that doesn't serve my higher purpose, my biggest dream. I would rather be at home. I would rather be at the beach. I would rather write. But in that moment, my ego and my current self, maybe if I couldn't see all that stuff, might just think, I logically should say yes. Mm-hmm. But you have to take a second and give yourself a second. I have time to respond. Let me think about this. No, that doesn't feel good. That has nothing to do with me. Like, thank you, God, for the opportunity, but I know you're testing me, and that is not where I'm headed. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And just like who you choose to put your energy and time into matters as well. And sometimes it might sound good, but then when you're in it, you're just like, oh my God, I don't even want to be around you. I'm not able for this. The things that come with this idea or this event, like, it just doesn't work for me. And just like, I think that you should always like stay grounded within who you are, because you wouldn't feel bad about that. You would just be like, yeah, it just wouldn't serve me best, and I don't want to mess up whatever you all have going on, but it's not for me.
Yes.
You know, and just being okay with that.
Yes. Because
you truly won't enjoy it, because it's not for you. It's not what you're aligned to anymore. So.
And I want to say that the chance that you were born is 1 in 400 trillion. So for you to think that you're not here for a reason and you have no purpose to serve for humanity is so selfish. That is so wrong. Mm-hmm. Each one of us was chosen for a specific reason. And it's like everybody in the world is holding hands and we all have a specific thing that we're gifting to each other. Like the butterfly effect. Every single word I speak affects everybody in the world. Mm-hmm. At one point down the line. Mm-hmm. Every single decision I make. And not to put this huge pressure on yourself, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that exactly who you are is meant for all the people here. Mm-hmm. And all people in the future. Mm-hmm. And to tap in and find out who you are, we have been given a roadmap. It is your desires. And in order to tap into your desires, we are given this tool that is your emotions. So you listen to your emotions, whether they tell you, oh, I like that, or they tell you, oh, I don't like that. Then you unlock the map of your desires and you follow the path of your desires, and you're going to live a very happy, fulfilled life with ups and downs, but they're going to be so fun, and they're going to be in the industries and areas and environments and cities and that you want to be in.
And I think that it'll align with the relationships that you want as well, from friendships, family relationships, business relationships, all that. It'll align with you. I always tell women that make the decision that you will want your daughter to make, because one day she may go through what you go through, and you, of course, you're going to want to be honest with her and tell her, hey, you may need to leave this situation, you may need to leave this man, or I've been through that. And you're going to have to look her in the face and say, she's going to ask you, what did you do? And you want to be confident, and you want to say, give her the answer that you would want her to do. If it was your future daughter, what would you want her to do? Because one day she's going to ask you that. And you want to be the woman that she respects, and that she is like your role model too, where you're going to have to say, like, daughter, I loved him. I wanted to be with him. And I may have a little bit of love in my heart for him, but I still chose this. Because one day she's going to look back and think, my mom did it, I probably should do it. I have to do it. You know?
If my mom can do it, then so can I.
Yeah. And as women, I think it's very important that we choose the right men for us that leads us into the right direction, you know? And that's very healthy for us, but also knowing that we're picking what's best for us and best for our future, as far as like our best future self, children, and all of that as well, because it's a benefit for our children and our daughters to see that and to know, hey, mom chose a healthy man. You know?
Mom is honoring herself.
Yes.
And so I can honor myself. Duh.
Yeah, duh, basically.
Duh. And it's also like, when I talk about your desires, it's also, you didn't choose your desires. Like, you didn't choose your preferences and your desires. Mm-hmm. You learned them. Mm-hmm. You found them out, but you did not choose them. You were born with them.
Yes.
And so, like, where did those come from? Mm-hmm. Divine, like, literally from divine.
Yeah.
When you see a beautiful flower or this beautiful palm tree, it's like it's serving an amazing purpose for me to look at it and find joy. Mm-hmm. And it also is like a home for the iguanas sometimes. And it gives coconuts, and it doesn't question who it is.
You're holding like the value of yourself within yourself, you know, and you're walking in that every day. So everything else is just going to align with who you already are. Especially when you're on a healthy trajectory, everything is gonna align the way that it should. Yes, there'll be ups and downs, but it'll be within who you are, you know. And sometimes you got to embrace those moments of the downs, the fall downs, because it's like, I'm grateful that I fell down. Like, I fell down in Miami. I could have fell down anywhere else, but I fell down in Miami. I'm able to have this or have that, or this help. This is good for my wellness, whatever it is, you know, because sometimes those desires that we have in our heart, we may have fall downs with it that come with lessons, but it's still a blessing within that, you know. And just remind ourselves every day of gratitude in all areas and all things.
And thinking, would my younger self be happy to be here?
Yeah.
Like, how would she feel?
Yeah, someone else would want to be in your shoes in any second.
Yes.
In any second.
That's what, honestly, being in Miami, I have really, really, really felt deeply, is because all these people that came here, it's because something was happening where they lived. Like, they live somewhere beautiful, like the earth is beautiful, right? All these islands, but either they were hungry, they didn't have food, or they didn't have jobs, or maybe it wasn't safe. And then they came here, and the way they appreciate this city is the most adorable thing ever. That was my favorite. It was my favorite thing about Miami.
You know what I've noticed too about just like becoming more healthy and being in my healthy divine femininity is that the men, I would say this, it's not nothing I focus on, but it is something I noticed. There's more healthy men that are attracted to me than men who aren't. Men who aren't there, they will still look and they'll still be respectful, like, you're so beautiful, or you look so nice, you know, and they just approach me differently. But
they know, like, they don't try anything else, because they know.
They know that they can. They can hold, you know, my energy or like who I am. But it's still wonderful to know, to like see when, like, oh, that's a nice healthy man, you know. I love that. It may not be for me, but he's healthy, you know. And
I don't think so. If we were out here like in a different type of single searching for boys, I don't think that we would have like this situation we had.
Yeah,
it's like so funny walking with Christina down the street. I was actually, because There are very, very, they say before we went to Miami, it says like, oh, you might be a 10 in your hometown, but you won't be in Miami. Like, so I'm like, wow, I can't wait to see all these beautiful people, right?
Same, yeah.
We come here, there's beautiful, beautiful people. And I don't think we look much different than the population. We don't look like foreigners.
Yeah.
But we're walking down the street and there's men and women. They trip. They're staring at us. They trip over their feet. They trip over their words. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It happened a lot of times and I was really surprised. It's just, our hearts are so open. And when you're not seeking and you're just enjoying and being that feminine energy where you're just soaking everything up, every sense that you have, you're so deeply absorbed in it. And you're just like, this is life. You just naturally attract energy.
Yeah, energy. And people want to do things for you. They want to accompany you. They want to talk to you just to have a second to just like have your time.
Yeah.
Or even like tell you what they do and what they have going on. It's like, I didn't ask for all that, but okay.
But nice to socialize. Yeah. So that's another point that like being single and enjoying yourself, you will not be at a lack. You will never be at a lacking point ever. No matter how much it feels like that, that is darkness talking to you, trying to scare you out of it. But it's just going to be so much more amazing than you could ever dream of.
Oh, yeah. And knowing that you sleep at night with peace. I'm sorry, it's just so funny. But knowing that you go to bed at night with peace, there's not some man that's like you can't trust, you're very anxious, you're like feeling overwhelmed, you have all these like thoughts, negative thoughts, anxiety. It's too much to go to sleep to and wake up to. But knowing that you get to choose who you go to sleep with within yourself, like I choose who I'm going to bed as and who I'm waking up to. And I'm saying that within like just you, like knowing that I went to bed with me, and in that bed with me I was healthy when I went to bed, and I'm healthy when I wake up. And that's who I choose to wake up as and have around or be within. Like that's the same energy I want when I end up married, when I choose my husband, is that I'm waking up to peace. I'm waking up to healthiness. I'm going to bed to healthiness. And I'm not feeling anxious, uncomfortable. I'm not having these negative thoughts or anything like that. I'm not feeling tense or tight. I just feel so free, comfortable, and rested. That is very important. And I think that emotion itself is so amazing to feel. And that's a desire that I always want. I'm only available for that. I'm only available for peace. I'm only available for healthiness, confidence, and like just like love, True love, and the natural love, not the fake, like, oh, I gotta be cool, I have to show this or show that. I mean, just like the real, raw, natural love.
Like, I love watching you get so excited, like this, like talking and sharing this wisdom. You're so happy and excited, and it's bringing you energy. Like, I bet you're not gonna go to sleep after this. You're gonna be up.
So tired. I'm so tired.
I just feel like you just had like a caffeine rush because of like sharing this. It seems
like I think about it.
It seems like this was stuck in you and you wanted to share it, and now I just like gave you a portal. Yeah. And you are just unleashed.
Maybe so. Yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
That's amazing. It probably is, because like in my heart, like when I think of love now and I think about relationships, it's like it has to be natural. It has to be like so pure. I have to be able to feel it. Like, I've been in a relationship where I felt this is so natural. This is so calm. I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I can't trust them. I don't feel anything like weird, And that's what I want. Like, I felt that before, and I know that's possible. But that's what I want. And that's the only thing I'm available for. I don't want the weird stuff. I just want us both being like open, vulnerable, and being true to ourselves in the relationship. So that way we get to pull out the best versions of ourselves. And we both like built that within each other and in the relationship,
Yes.
But just only healthiness, and only vulnerability, only like natural, only real, like comfortable love, like the mushy, the love, all that. That's
okay,
what I want.
To wrap this up, I want to do a visualization with you. I want to hear what you say.
Okay.
So compare, like imagine it's a canvas, and compare your life when you were in this toxic relationship to the art of being single and how that feels, like with the love that you feel, like, right?
I can scream.
Paint it on a canvas for me. I want to see.
So the emotions from the past, I would say, it's just like a very dark, very like tense, tight, stressful, very like nervous and like anxiety and fear. A lot of fear.
Wow.
A lot of fear. And scarcity and tightness and like hurt.
Wow.
And I don't know, like
lost?
maybe not lost, but just like scared. It's like you're like running from this like fear, you
Yeah.
know? But it's like connected to you. It's like locked on. You can't get the lock off of you.
Wow. Wow. You know what picture I was going to paint? It was a dream I had once. And I actually, it was like coming out of him were these things. And I was like, what is that? But I was just enjoying my life, whatever. I was at the beach just enjoying my life. And they started crawling up on me. And they were like slugs and leeches. And they were started covering my body.
Mhm.
And they were coming out of his heart in my dream.
Oh my God.
And they were covering my whole body. And I was really confused in the dream. And I just remember being like, what? Like, what's happening?
Wow.
And they were just covering me like that's, and I didn't try to take them off.
Mhm.
I just was there in them.
Mine's was like running. Like mine's, as I picture, it's like me like running, but there's like this like muscle, strong, dark man that's just like choking me as I'm like trying to run.
Wow.
And like, yeah, like we're locked together from like a lock.
Let's do a cleansing breath before our next
I'm so sorry.
visualization. No, that was very, very deep.
Yeah,
and important.
Oh my God, it's so scary. And yeah, definitely like a lot of like, I would say like fakeness. Like I have to pretend to make it to keep it stable for a minute for me to breathe.
Wow. No wonder you appreciate the stillness so much.
Yeah. And I would say from like the love perspective, like now when I think of like love and like how I envision like my true husband and him being, oh my God, he's so kind. He's so kind. He's so patient and he gives me so many hugs and he's so like loving. He's so gentle with like his words, the way he teaches, the way that he like loves me, the way that he like shows me things, the way that he helps me with like my emotions. He doesn't like he can just hold my emotion. He can hold who I am, how I am. He's so fun and like funny. He loves to like hug me and cuddle and hold my hand, and he's very wise. I trust him with my emotions, my vulnerability. He's very like I said, like he's very wise and he prays with me. He like prays over me.
So I was gonna ask you, but now it sounds like you are now describing who you are to yourself now, like your sacred masculinity, like how you provide for your femininity now. Like this is like, yeah, it's your future husband, but this is like your present. This is how you take care of yourself.
Yeah, that is so true. I didn't even like, connect that. But that's like what it is for me. Like we're so connected, we're so confident with who we are. We are like authentic to who we are and how we are. And like he makes me feel safe with who I am, how I show up. I do the same for him. I make sure he's like able to be vulnerable with who he is and how he is while he still is masculine, and I'm able to respect him and respect his emotions and his thoughts, but let him know that there's a safe space, if he wants to share these things with me, and I would love for him to. And I will always make him feel like I love when he shared these things with me. But I just want like us to always create and have like a healthy relationship. And if we ever feel like that's off centered, we're open to saying how we feel, what's bothering us, and just like try to like recenter it.
I just feel like this is you, like you're literally talking to yourself.
Probably,
like, yeah. You're like, we can always share how we feel. Like, it's all regards, it's a safe space.
Yes.
And like, In the past, it probably wasn't like that. Yeah, look at you now.
And I just want us to just want everything like just healthy. Like, we always want to have healthiness within each other, within ourselves, even wanting us to be healthy for ourselves too as well. Like, I want to be like, whatever that makes you happy, like, keep making yourself healthy and happy. And I just want to add to that, you know?
Wow, and this is how you show up in the world too, because your relationship with yourself reflects every relationship you have, even with a stranger. And so the fact that you're able to be so gentle and open-hearted and hold space, now you're available to do that with every single person in your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think I show up like that in a lot of my relationships with like my family, my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, everyone, and just like no judgment, you know, but just helping them understand, you know, none of us is perfect, but we also do get to change what we don't like and why we don't like it, and just being true to who we are, but also like pouring out the best of us for, you know, like better outcomes. Because sometimes I do think that when you get used to a certain way of living or idea or like your perspective of things, it's kind of hard to change that if you haven't like done the inner work to change yourself too, and give yourself the, you know, the like the option to say, I want to change, I want something different, I'm choosing something else different. But I benefit a lot of my relationships with my new healthy mentality, and the ones that don't work for me, I'm gone. I'm not available for it, and whatever you deal and you feel and whatever you have going on within you is your responsibility. It's not mine. And, I wish you well. But I'm not available for anything that's not healthy.
I love this.
Yeah.
This was a really great video.
Yeah.
And the art of being single is way more beautiful and huge than I thought it was.
Oh, yeah. And it's so much more that we have. Yeah. So much more to come. It's so much more to enjoy. But I would say the best benefit, one of the best benefits, if we're talking about relationship-wise and like husband and dating, I would say is that knowing that you're shaping yourself to be the woman that your husband deserves, and knowing that you're shaping yourself to be the woman that you've always wanted to become and that you deserve for you. So that way you do pick the right partner, you know?
Yeah, I would say the art of being single is making the jump, because like you said before, the older generation, they'll keep jumping from, not even only the older generation, but a lot of women keep jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, and they're not changing the pattern. And so you're of course the world always turns and we always are growing, but you're growing like this on a flat surface, round and round and round in circles. And the second you say, okay, wait, I'm making a change, you start creating a spiral, and you start turning into a whole different woman. And all those dreams that you have in your heart that you've always known, my life is going to be like this, my life is going to be so much different, I am going to be so happy, I'm going to live somewhere warm, I am going to enjoy myself, like all those things, they start becoming a reality once you decide. Otherwise, you're literally going to be in the same place your whole life. But if you make that one choice, and you embrace this art of being single, your biggest dreams turn into duh.
Yeah. and literally the people that you once were attracted to, as you're changing, you're going to be like, I'm no longer attracted to him. Oh my God, how could I? Oh my God, I cannot believe I dated that unhealthy man. What was I thinking? Oh my God, I cannot believe I thought he was out of my league. What? Like, you're going to start to see
put yourself on the pedestal.
Yeah. And I would say this too, just to wrap it up here. When it comes to shedding and like giving yourself a moment to be single and not jump from another relationship, because you're not really healing. You're just trying to like get past things, and you're trying to do it without distractions basically. You're going to end up making it worse and worse. And now you have these extra people, and you're just like, I don't care if where'd you come from. You're still hurting them, you're hurting yourself. But the most important part is that you're not giving yourself the moment to really shed. So you're still, the way that you're showing up for this guy and the woman you were for this guy, you're still that same woman to this next guy. And now he's showing up similar to the other guy. And then it just keeps going and going, because you're still that same person you was for that guy. But this guy, this new guy, he doesn't need that version of woman. That doesn't work for the man he is. She's not aligned with what he wants, or even the dream man that you want, because you haven't fully shredded the woman you were with that person the things that no longer were aligned to you or who you are. But once you give yourself that moment to say, let me let it all off, let it all go, now I get to define off of what I want, what I don't want, and what I'm available for, and knowing that I'm happy with who I have created, who I now attract is aligned with who I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I saw, like, if you always dress up as a clown and you have this clown costume on, and you're like, wow, why am I with this man who's attracted to clowns? It's like, because you look like one. Yeah. Even though it's not who you are, you're showing up as it. And when you do the inner work, you get to take it off and be you, and then attract a man who's attracted to you. Mm-hmm. But instead, you're just around, like, at the circus, going round and round, and that is not what you're meant to be. So get off of the carousel and go find the art that is within you.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
That was so fun.
And so much love.
That was so fun.
It was. I love that.
Love you.